Y'all became friends, and 2 minutes later, you and her husband was dating. You stole somebody's man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Peace and blessings. Welcome to my channel, Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Where am I live? I hope you guys are doing great out there. As you can see, we're gonna have a show because I'm trying to figure all this out, guys. Out, and I'm a woman, okay? So, like I said, it looked like we get a pass on a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out what is the difference between of what Porsha Williams is doing and Martell Holts, because I don't know if you guys watch the Housewives. It's like different housewives come together, which I haven't watched the show. I just saw the notification on entertainment. I think it's Entertainment. I saw the notification of Candace on Potomac Housewives, where she went ahead and when all the women came together, Porsha was there as well, where Candace, she went ahead and she had called Porsha out, which we're going to go ahead and talk about all that, guys. I'm trying to see if everything is okay with my life, which I'm going to go ahead and get this straight. It's just that it just takes some time. I'm just waiting until my husband go ahead and, do what he need to do so we can get that wildfire right here in this room right here. So, guys, before I go ahead into my commentary, I want to go ahead and say, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. Like I say in here, it's grown folks' business, okay? And if you can't stand the heat, then you're gonna have to go ahead and get out of the kitchen, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little smaller because for some reason I be having problems. And I saw yesterday when I went ahead and watched my live, I saw like my eyelash was just flying all over the place, and it was glued real well. It's just the fact that it's with this screensaver. It looked like it just everything just flying all over the place. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that together. But before I go on into my commentary, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this right quick. Oh my God, look, like I said there and said, man, it's just horrible. I mean, it's never any good news at all. I saw where in Nashville it was a school shooting. I mean, that was horrible. So we want to make sure that we keep the family, prayed up, and because that was devastating, just knowing that you are sending your kids to school and all this stuff is taking place. And like I say, it doesn't matter sometimes it's a public school or private school. you know like I say, when the enemy is on the prowl, he does not care, or she does not care who they target. But this right here is coming from a Nashville Christian school shooting, was a former student, the police said. So this was a former student. And some say, I read right here where it was a transgender, which, it doesn't make no difference, but to me, that's the first where they said, it was transgender. But let me go ahead and read a little bit of this article right here, where this is NBC News, where it says that the shooter who gunned down 3 children and 3 staff members at a Nashville Christian school on Monday was former student who carefully planned the attack with details, maps, and civilian police said. So they was aware of what they did. It's just to show you that this world does not have a conscience, because this right here was premeditated. But right here it says we have some writing that we're going over that pertains at this date, the actual incident. And this was says that at the covered school, we have a map drawn out of how this was all going to take place. So the person that did that, like I said, that is horrible to take some innocent lives. And it says right here, the shooter, Audrey Hall, 28 of Nashville, identified as a transgender and has no previous criminal record, according to the chief. And I'm not going to read all the stuff, but right here, guys, that is so horrible to see how, you planning your day, getting your kids ready, and all of a sudden stuff like this happen. That is horrible. And we're just going to go ahead and keep them in prayer because, like I say, the devil is on the prowl, and we are out here entertaining all this other foolish stuff, which, like I say, all this stuff right here is nothing but a distraction. But this is where our people at. So before I continue, guys, with my commentary, I also want to go ahead and play this right here. And I know you guys heard, well, watched this video many a times. This is Shahars Ali.
There certainly have been a lot of things taken out of context. Anyone who's ever looked at me or seen, witnessed some of the talk shows, they actually exploit a lot of issues. They take them out of context. They want to sensationalize them to build up their ratings to have a good show. So I really appreciate this opportunity to just sit down and have a fireside chat about the book.
Well, I'm glad
without
you're here.
all the fireworks and everything.
You say black women, and I quote you as saying nag, 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 and that we are essentially responsible for pushing our men away by doing
A
so.
lot of times we take a position because of our own emotional mechanisms. We harass our men too much. We nag our men too much, and we keep his mind and his head so bundled up and bogged down with all of our personal idiosyncrasies about our day-to-day personal relationship with him that a lot of times we don't free his mind up to go out and to plan sanely for our future and for the future of our children. Many of them come to us every day and they almost have to do a wind test. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who they're going to meet because we have a lot of reactions. We tend to think as black women that a successful relationship and one where we're happy is one where everything goes our way. And the first time it goes another kind of a way, then we go into hell, turmoil in our brain, and we start deciding, oh, I've got terrible problems with this man. He won't do what I want him to do. When our men have a side.
Let me give that side according to Scheherazade Ali, okay? You say in your book,
Y'all became friends, and 2 minutes later, you and her husband was dating. You stole somebody's man.
Yeah, okay. But this right here, yeah, I see where Starbucks says you can't even send your kids to school. And that is horrible, So, I don't know if it's the time right now where maybe we might have to start homeschooling our kids because, like I said, this right here is a Christian school, and the shooter is a transgender where he was going to that school and he premeditated all this stuff. He had it already planned out what he was going to do. And I talk about it all the time. When it comes to the enemy, he's on his job. It's just that we are asleep, with all this foolishness, all this stuff that is going on. This is where our people are at. It is just so sad. This is horrible, guys. But let me go ahead and get on with my commentary, guys, because this is not a clickbait. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this because I'm just trying to right here make it make sense. And like I said, guys, we all been through some stuff. I know I did, and, I can't throw a rock at nobody because like I said there and say, we all been through some stuff. And we all can take a piece of what's going on out there, when it comes to these reality shows. Like I said, I look at it as taking the foolish things of this world to go ahead and confound the wise. And if you guys have any questions, anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, because this right here, this is real talk, and we all have our opinion. We all just trying to go ahead and just pick it apart and learn from it. We're not just watching, just to sit there and try to tear it down, but we also looking at it as a teachable moment. And the question that I have, when it comes to, women, and, I'm a woman, how we get away with a lot. Now, we already know what had transpired with Martell Holt, how he went outside of his marriage and how he cheated on his wife, had an entire family, and went outside. But we also have to look at it with Porsha Williams too. Now, what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to see why, we there to sit there and put the nail on the men when it comes to cheating, but the women, it looked like we go ahead and, we get a pass. So like I said, we cannot have our pickers and our choosers. So like I said, guys, feel free to go ahead and comment. This is an open platform. Like I said, this is our opinion at the end of the day. But we know, which I had made several videos about this with Fallon and Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams, she was playing on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I made a video, which I'm not going to go ahead and play it on this right here. But when Porsha, her sister, and Tanya, they all was invited to a swimming party, a barbecue, or whatever they were doing. Fallon had opened up her home. And we saw exactly, how it went ahead and it took place on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's like they had some type of agenda, because see, I'm a person, I look at people facial expression and how they act, and it's like maybe Fallon was blindsided. Most likely she was, but the way that she had allowed them in her home, walked all through their home, then she was, she was giving presents, giving gifts, appreciated, to have, Porsha Williams and her sister and her friend at that house. And Porsha ended up with this woman's husband. So, like I said, we have our pickers and choosers when it comes down to things like this. I want to know, why do we get Porsha a pass, but we did not give Martell a pass? Now, like I said, guys, we are grown folks in here. We are just talking, they air it out. They are free game. Like I said, we all been through some stuff. I know I've been through it on both sides, but this is their life. So that's what we're going ahead and we're going to talk about it, because, we learned from this learning experience. So what makes Porsha better than what Martell? Because Candace, and I had showed you Candace, this is Candace right here. Candace, she plays on Potomac Housewives. And some of the women, I guess Bravo picked some of the reality housewives, and they all went on a trip. And Candace, she went ahead and she mentioned it to Porsha, about, taking somebody else's husband. And she was blunt about it. And Porsha knew that this was going to come. That's most likely why Porsha does not want to go on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because if Porsha goes on Real Housewives of Atlanta, good and well, Kenya Moore, she is sitting already. She is ready to go and throw that and smear that in Porsha's face. And most likely, that's why Porsha is not coming on that show, because Porsha knows that she's going to have to face it because of the way that she went about it when she went in this lady's home. And it's like, you could see when I was used to play that video back, those video clips, how Simon looked like he was just eyeing Porsha, and Porsha looked like she was just flirting with him. But like I said there and say, she went in this lady's home. So, like I'm saying, where is all this energy when it comes to a man? Because it looked like when it comes to a man, we are there to put our foot on our brother's neck and not even going to go ahead and let up on it. But when there's a woman, it's like, okay, we just turn the other cheek. We take our head and we stick it into the sand. So all I'm saying, guys, is just help me to go ahead and make it make sense, because Porsha, she loved to be on television. And most likely, and I'm going to say allegedly, everything is opinion, is alleged, but Porsha loved to come on television, but she's not going to come on around people that's going to bring up this right here, because she don't want anyone to go ahead and throw this back at her or interfere with her relationship with Simon. So she knows not to go on Real Housewives of Atlanta long as Kenya Moore is there. And Candace, she does not bite her tongue as well. But that's just only a little tad bit, a little tad bit of what Candace had went ahead and gave to her, because Kenya Moore, she's ready. She's ready to go ahead and blast it all. So all I'm just sitting there saying, guys, what is the difference? What is the difference between of what Porsha did and what Martell, because like I said, nobody is sitting there going on Porsha's page and trying to boycott her, trying to sabotage her brand or anything. Porsha is doing good. Porsha is prancing all around her mansion, driving all her Porsches, her Rolls Royce or whatever car she have. She's living it up. But no one is not saying not a daggone thing about it. And, that's all I'm saying about it. But when it comes to Martell, guys, we don't even let up. We there, if we don't hear anything, we're going to go and make up some stuff about him. So I just want to know, what's the difference? And to me, it does not come across as fair. It sounds like, we are biased when it comes to certain things like this. Maybe, just like they say, this is the attack of the black man. We just don't let off them. We quick to sit there and try to put our foot on them, because we want to see separation. And as you can see right here, this is the type of world that we live in. So like I say, whatever good for the goose is also good for the gander. That's exactly how I look at it, because even if you try to justify what Porsha is doing, I don't think Fallon would say the same thing. Fallon was hurt about that because she befriended Porsha. They was friends. They all was friends. And I remember Porsha was saying that, they was not that close friends. Well, she was friend enough for you to go into her home. Because if you was not that close of a friend, no way in the world that you would have went in this woman's home. And like I said, nothing good is going to come out of it. And the reason why, because you do not cover somebody else's blessings, because you don't know what it took for that person to get to where they are, and all of a sudden you just slide all the way in. It doesn't make no sense, because what goes around come around. And like I said, I don't wish anything bad on Porsha. I like Porsha, I don't know her personally, but as from watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, I like Porsha. Porsha naive, but like I said, Porsha going to get back onto the screen, then she gonna have to face these demons. Trust me, and that's real talk. So guys, yeah, that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Feel free. When you watch this live, let me know the difference, between of what Porsha did and what Martell did, because like I said, two wrongs does not make it right. And that's exactly how, I go ahead and I look at it. But Candace went ahead and she called it out, and I don't know if Porsha is going to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that they wanted to go back, because I was watching on E Entertainment that I can't think of the other one, Toya. I think her name is Toya. Yeah, I think she wanted Porsha to come back, which I don't understand if I'm pronouncing her name right. I don't know if her name is Toya, but the other one, I think she had problems with her husband. But why would you want to get someone in? Most likely, if they do bring Porsha in, they're gonna let you out. Her name is Drew. Yeah, Drew. They're gonna go ahead and most likely give you the axe, the axe. So it's best for you not to even try to bring somebody else on, especially when they most definitely want Porsha back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because Porsha, she is the one that's going to go ahead and bring in those ratings. So Drew need to just go ahead and do what she need to do, because Drew, she already have 1 foot out the door, which I don't even really watch the show anyway. I was watching it when, Nene and all the OGs was on there, but I don't really watch it now because I believe that they have brought that show to an all-time low, and I just cannot sit there and just, get myself to watch all that stuff. I had enough when I saw Nene and Kenya Moore, how they used to go ahead and fight. But if Porsha go on there, Real Housewives of Atlanta, yes, those ratings going to go out of the park. And the reason why, because everybody wants to know what makes Porsha sit there and go in Fallon's house, entertain, get entertained. I mean, the girls came out bearing gifts, and you wasn't happy with the gift that she offered you guys, where you wanted the woman's husband. Like I say, you got to be careful. Now I see why Cynthia Bailey also was on Real Housewives of Atlanta after all that grimy stuff was happening, how they was just taking that show to the gutter, had Cynthia Bailey on the wall with a vibrator panties. And Cynthia Bailey, she is classy. She's not into all that extra stuff. I guess after Cynthia Bailey saw all that stuff and how she was looking on the reviews, and so Cynthia probably said, I got enough. And also I had heard, I think Cynthia Bailey had said it out of her own mouth that she don't want them women in her house. After what Porsha did, I wouldn't want no woman in my house around my man. And it's not that, you being insecure, but these women right here, as you can see, these women are thirsty. They don't care. If you bold enough to go into someone's house and snatch their husband out, come on, guys. Now, that's bold. Like Nene Leakes would say, the thirst is real. And as you can see right there, the thirst is real, because no way in the world that I would have done something like that. No way. Like I said, we have done some grimy stuff in life, but if someone is opening up their home for me, ain't no way in the world I would sit there and go out with her husband. No way. I remember when I was out there, our friends used to sit there and, their husbands, but it's up to you. A man gonna be a man. A man is going to do as much as you allow that man to do. But it's up to you to sit there and say, that's one line, one boundary that I am not going to cross. And like I said, all blessings does not come from God. Soon the minute you see these people in the big mansion and driving these Rolls Royce and traveling and eating good, the first thing you're going to say, oh, God bless that person. No, the devil can bless you as well. He can bless you as well. He will raise you up so high. And when he feel like he wants to pull that rug from under you, he's going to go ahead and do it. So all I'm just trying to say, guys, is make it make sense. You cannot call one person out and turn your nose or turn your head on somebody else. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And that's how I look at it, guys. That's exactly how I look at it. So, like I said, if you guys have something different, you want to go ahead and say about it, make it make sense. But Martell, we know what he did, was it right? No, it was not right. But like I said, it happened, but we don't let it go. We not letting it go. These people have been divorced for like almost 3 years. 3 years. And we still talking like it was yesterday. But Porsha, she gets to go ahead, and nobody's jealous. Nobody's jealous. I'm just calling it out, because the first thing people say, oh, she's being jealous. Oh, she's being a hater. Trust me, no one is hating. No one is jealous. I'm just saying, if you're going to call it out, call it out. Call it out right. Because I'm pretty sure that Fallon is hurt behind all that, because I don't know if Fallon had kids for Simon, but Simon pretty much raised her kids. He was taking care of her kids. And she wanted to go on that show. But girl, if you got it good at home, don't worry about coming on this show, because trust me, you're going to lose it all. Because this reality shows, it's like attack of the man, the black man, because you don't see all this other stuff going on with all them other shows. And Porsha even said it when Porsha was doing an interview with E Entertainment. She said, she know it's not going to come from the other ladies. She knew exactly where it was going to come from. It was going to come from Candace Dillard. Candy was going to throw up her relationship, her marriage with Simon. Candace was going to do that because Candy have the same spirit. She's very outspoken, just like Kenya Moore. So, if she's going to come on, all she have to make sure that she's ready of what's going to happen, because they're going to drag her. Oh, she's not going to let up. They're not going to let up. I don't care if it's 4 years, 5 years. If she put her foot back on these reality shows, yes, they're going to go ahead and they're going to drag her with it, and that's real talk. So, guys, yeah, that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about, because, it is what it is. We can't sugarcoat. We just got to call it like it is. Like in here, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it like it is. And I know some people, they don't want to hear it, but hey, it is what it is. Especially when it comes to these reality shows. It's all depends how people go ahead and they look at these shows. When I sit there and I look at it, I look at it not as a fan. I'm team right. I stand on righteousness. That's exactly how I go ahead and look at these shows. But time will tell to see how everything is going to work out. But my main focus is on Love and Marriage in Huntsville. That is the show that I'm going to go ahead and do my reviews. When it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't even mess with that. I may glance at it sometimes, but I really don't get into it. But I did watch SWV and Escape, which I had said from the beginning that I was going to go ahead and do some reviews on it, but I can't go. I just cannot do it. Like I say, when you see one, you done saw it all. And just to see, how, Latasha and her sister, Tamika, how they going back and forth with each other. And Tamika, she looked like she's siding with Candy and Tiny, which we already know what that's about. She going to make sure that this time she's not going to go ahead and lose her bag. And once her feet is in good, especially when it comes to the reality show, she's going to end up again turning on Candy and Tiny, and she's going to side back with her sister, because we already see how they dragging her sister Tamika and her husband in the media. So I don't even think that that might not even last. And if it do last, I want to go ahead and see the truth, because I've been wanting to see the Escape reality. I've been wanting to see how they had broke up, because it has so many lies that was going out there. How Candy, she wanted to be the lead singer, which Latasha, she went ahead and shared Candy when she had made a little clips, put some clips together and showed how Candy, sing, so pretty much she was making a mockery out of Candy, because, how Candy sing. But Candy, she have a lot of followers. Candy and Tiny has a lot of followers. So you have to look at it like that. Hi, Jam. Jam say blessing, bright one, replay a little later hitting. Okay, thank you very much. Glad that you are here. Thank you very much. Guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content, even if you don't like it. Because like I said there and say, I stand on my truth, guys. I cannot sugarcoat. But yeah, getting back to escape, like I said, I know that it's going to go ahead and backfire on Candy. And Candy is very timid. Candy will cry at a drop of a dime, and once they start pulling out all of her receipts, most likely that's exactly what's going to happen. Maybe not, this season, but if they get another round, oh, it's going to turn. It's going to turn. And Candy was saying that Latasha, she wanted just to come on that show, so because she always wanted to be, she wanted to be a solo singer. She never wanted to be a part of the group. But you can look in Latasha's eyes and you can see that she's not happy. She's not happy with Escape. She, I guess she feel like, she have grown out of Escape, or so much damage had happened along the way. I guess she only came on, just because, Mona Scott and all the rest of them wanted to go ahead and pitch this reality show. And I guess that's how she came on board. But it's a lot, especially when it comes to stuff like this. And, it can be draining. And that's why, I cannot just watch, all these reality shows, back to back to back to back. I just can't do that. And if I do, I'm going to see what I can pick apart out of it and learn. And as you can see right here, when it comes to this right here, Porsha Williams and Martell Holts, like I said, to me, it's like they both are in the same boat. That's just how I look at it. It's just that, when it comes to women, it's like we go ahead and, we get a pass on a lot of stuff. But the man, the man cannot win for losing. But it is what it is. But when you do your reports and when you talk about things, you have to weigh out the whole thing, stop having your pickers and choosers, because, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, guys, that's what I want to go ahead and talk about. Which I don't know, I might just think about just going ahead and do some videos, but I like to come on and do my lives because this right here is uncut, unbiased, unapologetic, and I don't feel like, just going through all that editing. I like to come live. But I might start making some videos too. So just go ahead and upload some videos like I used to do. So I'm just thinking about it. It all depends how everything is going to go ahead and play out. But yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Make sure you go ahead and leave a comment and let me know how you feel about it. Maybe, I might not, be right. Maybe y'all might see a side that I don't see, which I'm pretty sure that you guys might, because that's the way it is, when it comes to social media, especially when we have our favorites. But at the end of the day, like I say, it still stinks. That's the bottom line. So you cannot sit there and try to throw a brick at somebody else, when they all doing the same thing. And like I say, the love of money, people, they just chasing all this money, not knowing, like I said there and say, all this stuff right here is just going to go ahead and backfire, chasing money, it's just not worth it, because you're never going to find happiness, if you got to go and chase money. Money should be finding you, you shouldn't be out there chasing money. So if I got to sit there and chase money or be with someone that I am not compatible with, but just because they have a very huge bank. Now, I'm not saying Porsha, but I'm just talking in general, and I just got to put up with that just because I'm living in a big house, I'm driving the best, and I just couldn't live my life like that, and especially when You got daughters. You don't want your daughters to feel like, the only way that I can come up, you know, is with a man, or I could just, I have to sit there and just, you know, put on hold my happiness, or my dream husband, or, somebody that I love just because of money. Because, like I said, they say that stuff is going to come back, it's going to backfire. Because believe it or not, children are like sponges. Children are soaking all this stuff in. And the minute when they sit there and feel that, oh, the only way that I can have the nice things in life, I got to sit there and I got to be with somebody that I don't like. Because, like I said, you can have all the money in the world, all the money in the world, but that does not mean that it can make you happy. Especially when it's not sharing it with someone that you really love. But like I said, there say this is the type of world that we live in. Long as they can uh, flex and whatever they call it, and show off in front of their friends, yeah, they're gonna go ahead and do stuff like that. They're gonna go ahead and do it because that's just the mark of the beast. That's just how our people is. But when you got to do it to step on somebody else and you got to take it from the back door, trust me, nothing good is going to come out of that. And I'm a prime witness. I could tell you nothing good is going to come out of it. You will reap what you sow. You will definitely reap what you sow. And if you don't get it, it's going to happen to somebody next in line. And I never would want to raise my children, to feel that the only way that they can have something in life is that they got to go and find something, anything, don't care who it is, long as they got money. Come on, guys, the devil's a lie. That's just to show you that we have sold ourselves so short, especially when we trying to set examples for people that's watching all this mess. Don't you know people sitting there, they seen this and they figured, oh, I got to go out there and I got to sell myself short and I have to, go and jump it, put aside my happiness just for me to sit there and have the nice things in life. Come on, guys. And if you got to cover somebody's blessings, just like I said before, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because you don't cover nobody's blessing. And I'm pretty sure that Porsha knows all about it. You don't cover nobody's blessings. So, like I said, that's just the type of world that we live in. And as you can see right there, it's a lot of stuff that is going on out there. But shoot, we don't care. We don't care at all, guys. So, guys, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know your thoughts about it, because this right here, this is real talk, guys. Unapologetic and unbiased. I just cannot sit there and, sugarcoat it. I have to call it like it is. And this is the type of world that we live in. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I usually go ahead and stay an hour, but this is what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Let me know your thoughts about it. Like I said, as long as you keep it on topic, talk about this topic right here, and let me know, because do you see a difference between what Martell Holts did, how he went and stepped out of his marriage, and had an outside child and had a mistress for 5 years, and how, what's the difference between Porsha, how Porsha was invited to someone's house, the Fallon came out bearing gifts and invited around her family, her husband, and before you know it, just like Candace Diller said, less than weeks, and I'm gonna say that because we don't know, she was with Fallon's husband. So let me know, what's the difference between what Porsha Williams did and Martell, covering someone's blessings. That's a sin by itself, But like I said, this is the type of world that we live in. How are you doing, Queenie? I see my girl Queenie is in the house. Thank you for supporting me, girl. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this topic right here because this was heavy in my heart. I just, to me, I just trying to make it make sense. But yeah, thank you for joining my live, guys. I try to come on and do my show just about every day around about maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. Like I said, I will be doing a review on Love and Marriage in Huntsville, which comes on April the 8th. So make sure you come and join my live. We're going to go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to try to do a review, give my honest opinion of what's going on. But, like I said, it is what it is. This is where people at, and all this stuff right here, it's just a lesson learned. That's just how I look at it, guys. So, guys, thank you for joining my live, Queen. Hope you had a great day, Starbucks, and whoever come on, guys. Thank you for joining my live. Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased, guys. Yep. So that's pretty much, that's a wrap. That's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. So let me know, because I don't know if you guys can see this picture right here. So if someone sit there and say Fallon and Porsha was not friends, in the back of this picture right here, you can see Fallon, Porsha, and Shamil. You can see them three where they was out together, and if they was that close together, quite obvious, that was a snake move. I don't care what nobody say, that was a snake move right here, because we know Shamil also, she have an African man, and I guess they all want an African man. Nene Leakes, she got an African man. Lord Jesus Christ. So like I said, it is what it is. But if you're going to go after somebody, make sure, you go at it because, you love that person. Because if you're going, and chasing that man just because of his bags, you will never be happy, because soon in the minute you get old or you do something wrong, he just going to trade you into another young person that have a hot body and a beautiful face, so you have better make sure that, you really sitting there taking care of what you need to go ahead and take care of it. So if you're looking at that, of running after rich men as an investment, you better make sure that you have your coins stacked, because he, just like Simon had said, I remember Simon had said, he had told it to Dennis. He said he keeps the U-Haul ready. So what that's trying to tell you, you mess up, hey, you pack your clothes up, put your stuff in the U-Haul, and send you packing. And all it's going to do, like I say, a lot of stuff that we do, we don't realize, especially when we have children, we hurting our kids at the end of the day. And I don't know how Porsha was raised. I know she got a beautiful mom, love her to death, and spoiled her, gave her everything that she need. But, all that stuff, like I said, having clothes, all that material possession, still of all, if you ain't got nothing in your head, nothing to work with, all you just going to be is just something disposable for men. Come on, guys, make it make sense. And I'm not just saying Porsha, I'm just talking in general. Yes, I see Queen say you out of there. Yeah, and Starbucks say facts. But yeah, you don't want to just be like that. When it's like you, and I'm not saying Porsha, guys, I'm just talking, just passing time. Like you grooming your daughter, to, like for this fairy tale life. And we know Porsha, how she was with her first husband, Cordell, how she was like a little princess, how she was like a childlike mind, and how he used to treat her like a little child. And, long as she's in her little beautiful gowns and her dresses and people is looking at her, all eyes is, it's like she lived like a little Cinderella fairy tale life. And I just hope, and like I said, they said we only can go by of what we see on TV. And I just hope that's not the way that she raised her daughter, raise her daughter to be independent, get her education, have her own money. So if she do marry somebody that is wealthy or whatever, at least that she have it as well, and she have her head on where even if he leave her today or tomorrow, she's going to still be able to survive. Because like I said, all that stuff right there, that material stuff, come on guys, I had it, and it still does not bring happiness. You may look on the outside that you happy, but inside bawling, crying your eyes out. And that's real talk, guys. So like I say, the love of money can be the root of all evil, especially when you use it the wrong way. you know and but what I don't like about it, Queen, is that we come on these we come on TV and we quick to sit there and say, oh, it's other people, is messing us up, but our own people, some of our own people just do the most, because half of these people that you see, you know, living behind these rich gates and all that, they probably be not even about that life, probably be in more debt than a low, just a front. Because I remember when they were saying Simon, I watched bloggers used to talk about Simon, say Simon really didn't have as much money as you thought he had. But, like I said, it is what it is. I know that it's not going to bring happiness. And like I said, I'm a witness to that. It's not going to bring happiness. You might think that it is, it'll solve some of your problems. Yes, I'm not going to tell you, yes, money will solve some of your problems, but it's not going to sit there and bring happiness. Look how Black China, I talked about Black China when that was yesterday and the day before, how now she's trying to come out of that, trying to come out of that world, because like I said, it's just a pipe dream. That's all it is, just a pipe dream. False evidence appearing to be real. Because once you get all the shoes, all the purses, and living in this big empty house, not a home, out there just sitting there worrying if my husband is out there cheating. You got right to worry about if your husband is out there cheating, because how you got him. Like they say, the same way that you got him, that's the same way that you're going to have to keep him. Yes, you're going to be up all night worrying if he's out there and cheating. That's why I remember one time Porsha had showed this on Instagram, where I think Simon, he had went back home or someplace that he went. I don't know if it was on a business trip or visiting family, but Porsha, and I'm going to say allegedly, because like I said there and say, I don't know these people's business, but it's what they put out. And but Porsha had went and she had surprised him. Now, who to say that Porsha was surprising him? Because Porsha wanted to see if he had somebody else in that hotel. That's how you're going to constantly live your life, always thinking that they out there cheating. And I wouldn't want to live like that. I wouldn't want to live like that. And I just hope that Porsha didn't sell a house, which I think they say she didn't, but I hope she didn't sell a house. I hope she just went ahead, and I don't know if her mom is living in there or she's leasing it out, but I hope she didn't sell a house, which Porsha, when it comes to money, she has a very huge brand. She has a very huge follower on Instagram, and that she do her thing, but it's not really. And I'm not just saying Porsha, guys, because like I said, I'm just giving you my opinion. That's what bloggers do, okay? But like I said, what goes around comes around, and it may not come on you. The lot may not fall on you. The lot could fall on your children or somebody next close to you. So you just have to be careful, because, like I said, we just like selling our souls when it comes to money. that's something, man. And that's why I say it is absolutely true. The love of money, guys, that is the mark of the beast. Money is the only thing, and I talk about it all the time, will make you do some very strange things. When I saw Black China, well, she goes by Angela White now, so we're gonna go ahead and call her Angela White. When I saw she had put Baphomet, that demon spirit, on her butt, I said there and said, why would she do that? Why would she put that mark? And she said that it's not because of, of what we think it is. But why would you do stuff like that? But that's just to show you what Hollywood, coming on TV and chasing after that money, it will make us do some strange things, guys. Some strange things. And that's why every time when I get a chance, when I talk about these reality shows, trust me, I'm ripping the sheets off it, because that's all it is. False evidence appear to be real. And I got 8 more minutes. I'm gonna try to go ahead and stay my 8 minutes. Even though I said I was gonna leave a long, long time ago, but I might as well go ahead and just talk it out. But like I said, guys, enough is enough. And also, I don't know if you guys have saw Be Love. Yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about Be Love. Be Love, she had a video when she had put Tasha K, knowing that she was going to get a lot of followers to come. But she already got a lot of followers, but she's going to get a lot of attraction because drama sells. We love drama. So I guess, when Tasha K had talked about Be Love, have gained weight, with all that sodium and all that other stuff, that now Be Love had got wind of it. But when she, when I clicked on it, she didn't talk about Tasha K. She just said that's what bloggers do. Bloggers, they talk about people, but as long as they talking about her videos are going viral. And but like I said, it is what it is, guys. Just a lot of stuff that is going on out there. But this right here is the type of world that we live in. We live in a world that love is on. So guys, just let me know, what are your thoughts about it? Why do one get a pass? And I'm a woman, and I have to admit, I could speak for myself. We do get a lot of passes for things that we do. Maybe because when it comes to a woman will stick into stuff, especially if she got kids, she gonna stay in that relationship. And the only way that she will go outside of her marriage is because, like I said, something is lacking at home. We all can relate to stuff like this, which it does not give excuse. But a woman is just not going to step out on her man unless something is not right at home. And that's not an excuse, But this is the type of world that we live in. So I don't know, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and close it out, guys. You all have a good night. Thank you for joining my live. Make sure you guys hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. I will be back on tomorrow. Going to see what I could go ahead and find out, what I could go ahead and talk about, because, I want to keep it up, long as I stay on live, I just get used to it. So I see a lot of opponents, a lot of different options, when it comes to my live, which I never tried all this stuff, but I'm still learning. It's just a learning process, guys. And I'm going to try to see if I can fix my little studio, fix it up good, guys. So I won't even have all those glitches anymore. So, all right, Queenie, you have a great day, guys. Good night. Talk to y'all maybe tomorrow. Be blessed.